Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 4 of the Red versus Blue Cyber League 2022 Invitational Tournament. We are in match 2 of round 2, the match that never was, the match that was supposed to be and was meant to be because it is happening today, and I'm not frozen. So cross our fingers, but so welcome. I'm your host, Clint Bodungen, and my co-hosts, we have, again, Simon Linstead and the unfortunate victim of last match, Eric Taylor. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man.
Yeah, good. Awesome.
I guess that was the wrong question, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was just trying to move on quickly from the Eric comment. I didn't want to dwell on that too much for you today, Eric.
Man,
you keep it around with your rhetorical comments. All right.
I just seen the nurse. She had me bandaged up. Buy more salt.
Sorry.
So guys, as it stands right now, and I don't know why my hotkeys are not working properly. Anyway, so as it stands now, Ken advanced to the finals, and so the winner of this round will join Ken in the finals tomorrow. We will let everybody know the timing on that. We're just waiting to see who wins because we do all have day jobs. We're waiting to see who the winners are going to be to finalize those schedules, and we'll let everybody know. Guys, any predictions here?
Eric, you first.
I don't have any. Like I said during our last broadcast, the game is definitely much harder. I do know Jerry said he's wanting to do something that has not been explored yet. I got a couple ideas what he's doing.
I think I know too.
So it's going to be an interesting one. Just like between me and Ken, I think this is going to be almost a full 50 rounds. So we'll see how this thing goes.
Do you think the fact that the competitors have had a chance to watch each other's gameplay is now coming into play?
Yep.
Yeah, and that is exactly why we kind of changed up the meta for round 2, is so that you kind of had to mix it up a little bit, and you couldn't just rely completely on prior intelligence and whatnot. I will tell you that I think Jerry might be trying Greg's Wild Ride, which is another. It's a technique that is basically firewall hopping. It's a technique to where they compromise the router, get visibility of the firewalls, and then hop firewalls. And because we've been seeing a lot of volume and Hail Mary social engineering, and everybody's afraid of HMI cheese right now because it's been nerfed. So we'll see. Before we get started, real quick, let's just say a big thank you to our sponsors. All right. So here we go. We got an echo somewhere. All right. So here we go. We're about to start. We got, and that's the wrong graphic, but that's fine. His name's misspelled. Simon, that's all you, buddy. That's all you.
Hey,
I'll throw you under the bus.
I fixed that and sent you the right one.
I know they're still using the old one. Anyway, Gerald Ozier versus Stacey Lokey. So that's who we have coming up here in just a moment. And I'm still my hotkeys. I'm gonna have a talk with Elgato. My Elgato Stream Deck hotkeys aren't working right.
I think
All right.
you just want to be full screen, Clint. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. So I will tell you, our competitors are getting ready to go. Do we know who's red team and who's blue team?
Stacey is blue team. Gerald is red team.
Gerald, go Gerald. While we're
I call you client all the time.
Yeah, client, you do. All right. So anyway, let's say hey to everybody in the chat. We got a good chat going there with C. Alex and David E. Michael, good to see you guys. Roy. Oh, Mr. Roy, haven't seen you around in a while. Glad you could join us.
So yeah, definitely there's some talks about a potential upset. That would be interesting to see Ken and Stacey going to the finals. Both me and Gerald get completely annihilated.
Make sure she knows that she gets 4 blue team resources. Yep. She does. There she goes. Yep. All right. So we have 60-second rounds. She gets 4 blue staff. Make sure she changes the maximum number of turns to there she goes.
Yeah, ship.
Perfect. All right. They're ready to go. Let them know they're ready to go whenever she can hit start and host whenever she wants, and we'll get the show on the road.
I think if you'd have asked me earlier, I would have said Jerry was a clear favourite. But after watching your game earlier, Eric, and seeing what happened there, I think it's completely wide open today. Interested to see what people have to say about that in the chat. There's lots of support for Stacey going on there at the moment, I see.
Yep. All right. Jerry's pot and pan band. Man, it's just poor Jerry. He gets razzed by no one more than me. So, I mean.
Do you think earlier?
Hey,
Eric,
Michael says I'm a smart AF. Hooray! That he's trying to say I'm a smart AF.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here we go.
Take it as a compliment.
I will.
What map? Oh, it's the pipeline map. It's the
nice
mid-size map. You got screwed, Eric, on the short map. So she's obviously going to the gateway firewall there. Is she gonna go? She's thinking about physical security.
I would
not do electronic locks to start off. I would absolutely have gone with surveillance.
I typically do electronic locks and surveillance.
Many people. I mean, I don't see many people going for electronic entry, but who knows? It's happened a few times. I've seen it where they're cloning RFID badges. Jerry's going
for the recruit hackers already.
Here, I'm gonna turn the overlay off real quick, and that's a bad move. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jerry. I'm gonna turn the overlay off so we can see everything. He's going to recruit hackers already, and the recruit hackers mechanic has been adjusted. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's got a 25% chance only of getting that role right. So we'll see. I think he might have. I
think he didn't know that, Clint.
He knew it.
He knew it.
Yeah,
okay. He was told.
He thinks the odds are forever in his favor. We'll see, man. We'll see. So we're currently over on the blue side. Yep. She did install her SIM. She did get her gateway put in. Doing the policies and procedures, electronic locks, and endpoint detection. Is starting to be deployed.
Yeah, I think electronic locks.
Watching Jerry, I do think he's going to Greg's Wild Ride.
Greg's Wild Ride, he is.
With that technique, is that a quick win situation if it works, and then screwed if it doesn't?
It can be, but if it lags on you, you can get screwed. What it is, it maximizes your visibility of the firewalls, so you can go hopping. You can skip the kill chain within each zone. What's she doing there? Or what's he doing? Yeah. So yeah, basically you compromise the router to get visibility of all of the firewalls, and then you hop the firewalls with that visibility, exploiting each firewall in a chain, so you don't have to do your full kill chain within each zone.
Okay, exactly. That makes sense. Alex, you're right. Assuming his nerve holds seems to be the statement there.
Exactly. Yeah. And I do. David E. agree with him that unless this has been properly tested over and practiced over and over and over again, I don't know if Jerry's done that. I mean, that technique takes a lot of experience.
It takes a lot of practice. Yeah, I think he's jumping into something he's seen his work, but it does take a certain amount of finesse and technique. Mm-hmm. So,
he's going for the upgrading of or recruiting more hackers again. Yeah, I don't understand.
It did fail, right? Yeah, he's only got a 25% chance.
Yeah. So those who don't understand, the game has been changed where unless you have the quote unquote street cred, like you're a Conti, you're a Lockbit, or any of the other more popular threat actors, you're not going to be able to recruit more additional hackers inside of your gang because you don't have the street cred, right? You're just a fly by night type of threat actor organization. So, he's trying to get more hackers without having the street cred. Is what he's doing, and it's not a good idea this early. He could look out doing it 2 turns in a row, but who knows? But he's definitely doing the Greg's Rod.
Ties up resources for a couple of turns as well, doesn't it? The recruiting.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, so we are still in the red. Okay, he just
Yep.
kicked it
And
back
then
over to
yeah,
blue.
and then she pushed it back over because she has no resources right now.
Yep.
So there's that firewall. He needs to pop. He needs to now research vulnerabilities, pop that firewall. But he could also be.
Greg's Rod. No, Greg's Rod. He is going to password attack it.
Yeah,
But that needs to be his next thing.
That's right.
Sorry, I've done this.
There he goes. Yep, there he goes.
Here we go. Let's see if he
Did
gets it.
it worked for you, Eric, when you tried?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I've practiced this this technique about 30 times. I almost did this technique earlier today. Going back and looking through the gameplay on Ken's side, it wouldn't have worked for him either.
Yeah, so there is a defense against it, but you have to. It's basically making sure that you have your weak password defense shored up and make sure that you are getting EDR on your firewalls.
Yeah, this may not work. So she's got her VPN. She's got 2FA. She's, of course, implementing. She scroll back up. Yep, she's encrypting her network traffic. Yep. She is building a.
Oh, he's got it. He's got that firewall. Yep. Now he's going to compromise that router. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to do a host scan right there, but that was a waste.
No, Greg's right. He's going to go to that switch, and he's going to continue his path down the network path. But she is building up the defense.
What's he doing? What is he doing? Come on, Jerry. There you go.
There he is. We've had a comment on the music from James Clint saying it's not very hacker-like. I don't know if you want to give.
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't have the ability to change music other than what Restream gives me, and this is about the most hacker-like that we have. So sorry.
It's hacker enough.
I don't have Jerry's, so there's no resources there. So she passed back immediately, and he's got. Oh, there it is. He's got the router. He's got a good run going. I don't have Jerry's jukebox set up yet, although he told me that he is going to consult with me. I gave him tips on his camera and his sound setup and his mic and everything. Like, he owes me tips on his jukebox setup.
Oh, Joseph meant Jerry's music, not even ours that he was moaning at, Clint. Thanks, Joseph.
He was moaning at somebody else's music. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Man.
But see, that's not into the file instruction. If you look at the name, it is the server ASA. So he doesn't have the ability to get into the other 2 firewalls just yet.
Yeah. So he's got to nail that server firewall. Then he jumps on the DMZ firewall.
Correct.
Once he gets the DMZ firewall, he has access to the engineering workstation. Mm-hmm.
So what can Stacey be doing now to stop what Jerry's trying to do?
Well, she needs to be number one. She needs to be doing her 2-factor authentication which she already has. No, she has physical 2-factor. She needs to install regular 2-factor authentication. She needs to get her policies and procedures in which she has, and she needs to get her actually, for the passwords, I can't remember if security awareness training helps out with password defense, but 2FA absolutely does. She needs to get EDR, or I'm sorry, not EDR. She needs to get log collection on those firewalls so she knows that they're compromised. And she's going to have to get her vulnerability assessment done so that she could start clearing out passwords, or she could start enforcing strong passwords. Actually, she can already enforce strong. No, she can't. She has to know about weak passwords before she can enforce the strong passwords. That is a logic in the game that I don't like, and that we haven't been able to correct yet, but we're getting there.
So what's Jerry?
So he's doing some service enumeration on some of his devices.
He's got the second firewall.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to be doing that. He doesn't need to be doing that.
He's just using up resources right now.
Yeah. He needs to be doing the password attack on that. Like, and he has it. Yeah, he's cleared it out. He gets it now. He doesn't need to.
He can still do the surface enumeration on the other devices, right? So, he could do a password attack on that one of the other switches. There he goes. Okay. That way, you're just able to get more visibility inside of the network. But
Exactly. I mean, he can just as easily do a host scan. All right, so she needs to get two-factor authentication installed ASAP. She needs to be doing a vulnerability. There's the vulnerability assessment.
that may be able to nerf him in the middle.
If she read the description properly of the vulnerability assessment, she knows that she needs to do ICS safe methods before the vulnerability assessment, or she's going to knock over her PLC.
Yep, and cause a whole
or more than one. Yep. I mean, usually rebooting helps, but which is not realistic, by the way. But rebooting a PLC is not the recommended. I mean, resetting it in a lot of cases, yeah. But I mean, in real life, you would also have like a redundant PLC network if it's a DCS and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've seen a lot of messy SCADA and DCS networks too, where they don't have that kind of redundancy. So who knows? Yeah, and he's got it. He's got the DMZ. Now all he has to do is his host scan. There he is, host scan, and find the workstation.
Yep. So you can do the host name, go ahead and try to brute force the PCSA, the other firewall.
Yeah, and actually, to tell you the truth, if he can get right now, I don't think that she's done RDP hardening. I don't think she's hardened the RDP on the terminal server. So he could actually he could get access to the ICS, the PLCs right now if he was able to find and compromise the terminal server.
Exactly.
See, Alex says that Gerry may well have gasted his flabber, which I think is something I've never heard. Brilliant, Alex.
Oh man, this is
going to be interesting. Will Gerry do it underneath 20 turns?
I just don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to afford to pay his head a separate salary after this.
Have to get an extra big hoodie for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are on blue team. She does have the ICS. She is creating IR policies. This is going to get interesting. Just watching this.
She doesn't have EDR on her engineering workstation, her SCADA server, on any of the important things that she's going to need to have visibility on to see. So now he just has to start looking for the for anything as control. Basically, just find something as control of the PLCs, which is going to be HMIs, engineering workstation, SCADA server.
Why is he doing that against the So he just executed a password attack against the DMZ device there, which I don't understand if he's going for Greg's wild ride.
Well, because it wouldn't be Gerry's strategy if he didn't kind of muddle around a bit.
This is very true, sir. For Greg's wild ride, he should be taking all those IP addresses and trying to figure out where.
Figure out what's there. Yeah,
but he's not doing it like normal. So with Gerry going off script on this thing, then we may have a position where Stacey's able to strengthen her environment to a point to be able to nerf his effects.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she expected a physical attack. By the way, she put in a physical 2FA, and that she spread her defense too thin.
Mm-hmm. So, and this is real world to some degree. Everybody understand. When you are blue team and you have 3 different vectors that you have to try to take care of, you got the social engineering, you got the physical engineering, physical like on premise, and your physical infrastructure. You all have to protect against a red team onslaught. In your environment. It's going to be hard to protect yourselves from all 3 of those at the single time.
What are you? Yeah.
He's just done a couple of password attacks.
Yeah, what are you doing, Gerry?
I don't know what he's doing except for
he's got a historian there. He's got that Pi server, but he needs but that's not going to get him control. He needs to enumerate. He needs to port scan and enumerate each one of those IPs and find what has control of a PLC.
And he's over there pumping like he's like Billy Bad right now. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, like he's
changed it.
Yeah,
But it's really easy, as Jerry knows, and as you know, Eric, it's really easy to armchair quarterback when you can see both sides. However, I will say, Jerry is clearly going for Greg's wild ride, and he's not doing it properly right now. So, and we all know the strategy he's using, and it is a defined strategy, and he's gone off the path a bit.
Alex just said what I was getting ready to mention, that Stacey is about to have some problems. She's only got the $500 in her budget, and she's
she
got
doesn't
zero
have any
resources.
buffs. She's got no buffs either for the budget request.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good point there,
Jerry,
Alex. I was getting ready to bring you. He
Well,
needs to be spending all of his resources to find out what those IP addresses are, but he's not doing it.
I don't know why. It's like, does he not understand what you're supposed to do once you get to this part?
Exactly. That's what I'm curious if he's actually starting to do it now. Why it took him 3 or 4 turns to do this is completely beyond me. But whatever.
I mean, he's brimming with confidence.
Yeah. Look, I mean, she's, she's got the budget request in there, so we'll see if she gets it. What did he get?
Nothing critical yet.
No, just nothing but server zone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking. He's feeling really confident.
Well, I mean, when you look at the landscape that you currently have in front of you, it's hard not to feel confident. I'll be doing the same thing right now myself.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's F around and find out, right? I mean,
exactly.
Just because you have all that doesn't mean it's going to stay, because you never know. He does know her network segmented, so it's not like he can get it taken away now. But you never know when he's going to have a firewall dropped and lose a pivot or whatever if she's on him. He has no idea if she's onto him or not.
Yeah. Or as Michael said, it might be until turn 45 and he drops a USB. It might get to that again.
Yeah.
David, yeah, I know. He's not looking at the third octaves like we typically do, or I typically do.
Yeah, and David, he has a point. The vulnerability assessment's going to resolve before the budget, so she's going to get those buffs. So she will probably.
He's not the engineering.
There it is, and he knows it. He's got it.
Now, has she secured that enough to withstand a password attack? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, now we don't know if it actually has a weak password vulnerability on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
And neither does he.
Either of you guys know which channel Stacey's on? We've got someone asking.
She's on her own YouTube channel.
I think it's called. Is it Sweet Delights or?
Yeah,
Sweet Delights. Yes.
Yeah, Sweet Delights,
with 2 S's.
If somebody can find it and post it in chat.
Yep, I got it here. If you can post it into the main, because I don't have that ability. But I posted it in our private chat.
I don't.
The private chat here inside of the platform.
I'm looking. I'm pasting it in right now.
Roger that. So, all right. He did try to do the password attack. It did fail. It did fail. I didn't see what he fully has.
Needs to do. Yeah, well, that it's quite possible that. See, there she is. I mean, and she got the budget. I figured she would. As long as the vuln assessment resolves before budget, you got a higher chance of getting that budget. So. She can move now. She needs to be thinking about her critical assets. She needs to be thinking all those vulnerabilities right there in her process zone. She needs to be taking those into account.
She's over there literally panicking with 26 seconds. She's over there grabbing her head and everything, not knowing what to do.
She needs to be focusing on clearing those vulnerabilities in and on and around that entire process zone. The password attack failed again. So that most likely means that thing does not have a weak password on it, because she did not do any password enforcement, strong password enforcement on that yet. Yeah, if he hasn't hit that password in 2 tries, it probably doesn't have a weak password.
Right, so what will be his game plan then? Does that mean he'll have to try something?
He'll have to exploit it the traditional way.
Okay.
He should have, and I think he is fuzzing. I saw on his queue, it looked like he was already fuzzing. So not only will, and that's a good move, because not only will he find vulnerabilities, he'll most likely find a 0-day or 2, hopefully on that box, and she will not be able to find and resolve 0 days until she does a pen test.
Yeah, exactly.
Pen testing for the blue team is the only way to find 0 days.
Yeah, but she will. I mean, she'll only be able to find vulnerabilities that way. But
there's fuzzing. Fuzzing is successful. Now he's going to do a traditional. See, no weak password. Well, you wouldn't see it in the vulnerabilities anyway. I forgot that's a new mechanic.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's just got to research.
Now remember, those vulnerabilities do have
level complexity.
difficulty levels.
Yep.
So he needs to pick. CSRF was the easiest one on there, I think. That one is actually below the median bar.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, CSRF is that integer. They're in order. Integer is the most complex. Format strings below that, and then CSRF is the easiest.
So he's still going to need to research and do some upskilling on that before
he might. I mean, the CSR. He might be able to hit the CSRF.
But okay, so he is researching it. Okay.
Well, and apparently, he knows enough about the complexities, and that's it. He knows enough about the complexities to know whether or not. And man, she just passed her turn fast.
Yeah, she's currently out of resources.
Yeah. All right, is he going to go for the attack now?
Jerry's still. I mean, we are at turn 18. Jerry is knee deep. He's attacking workstations and devices. Trying to find a way in there because Stacey does not have the insight with EDR and some of the other logging. She does not see him anywhere in the network, and she may clearly have a clear sense of false security over there.
I think she does. I don't know. I mean, she might have enough, intuition to kind of feel like it's too quiet. Exactly. I know that she uses her time in between turns to queue things up. See, while he's mucking around, you look at her. She's using her time to queue up her actions and get ready. Right. So over here, okay, he just passed his turn.
I think the eerie silence of not knowing what's going on can sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at. Right. Yeah. Like.
Well, we are 18 in. Everybody, if you're looking at this, thanks for joining us. We are playing red versus blue, where Jerry is going up against Stacey. Let us know. What do you think? What do you think so far? Who do you think has the upper hand?
Going for the password attack now.
CSRF.
Oh, he already did this.
You don't need to research. I would just go, but he's playing it safe. He feels confident. He wants to make sure that when he pulls that trigger, he doesn't fire a blank.
Fire blanks. Adult joke in there somewhere, but
family friendly.
That's why I stayed right there, right?
Just to continue on what you were saying, Eric. For anyone who's watching who doesn't know much about the game, you can check out the game at ThreatGEN.com. And if you want to have a look at the leaderboard and the stats for the tournament that's going on at the moment, it's esports.threatgen.com.
Yeah, I have the ability to caption that somewhere. The problem is, I have
a million buttons.
Oh yeah, I've got a million buttons. There we go. So yeah, if you want to follow the tournament, you can follow the tournament there at esports.threatgen.com. Yeah, and if you're wondering what this is, everybody this is the ThreatGEN Red versus Blue cybersecurity, or Red versus Blue cybersecurity, or game-based cybersecurity.
He's got the engineering work.
There he is. He's got it. He's got it now. See, that's what it took. I just had to muck around myself and give him the opportunity.
All right, that's the busiest. Will Jerry be able to impact the ICS in 1 turn, 2 turns? Right. Let's see what happens. Because remember, on my game, I hit both of them and could not impact it. So let's see. You got. Oh, she actually sees it. She's got it. She's got the. She could stop this. She may be able to stop it.
Can't. If he hits it in 1 turn, she doesn't have enough time. But he needs to activate IR now and then immediately, which she did not. No. I don't think. Activate IR. He failed on his first damage. And then she needs to activate IR, which I don't think she did. And then she needs to disconnect immediately.
Yep.
I don't think that she activated IR. That was a misstep.
Yep. We will see. So yeah, she see the.
Oh, she is. Okay, she did. Okay. I was wrong. She did. She needs to disconnect right now.
Did. She did it.
Good job. Good job. Hopefully he didn't hit. I mean, I shouldn't be taking sides here.
It's a bit late for that.
There it is. Too late.
Well done, Jerry.
I don't even want to show him gloating, so I'm just going to get it on the screen.
All right, that's it for everybody. Take care.
Yeah, good game. That'd be funny. Hey, we should mess with him. We should all like leave the stage, leave the studio. So whenever he shows up, he's by himself.
I just
give
did in the creator room. I said, "Good game. See y'all tomorrow."
Wow. I mean, that I will say that was a very sloppy Greg's Wild Ride. I'm gonna call that one Greg's Sloppy Ride. And that's
well, I mean, to be fair, let's just call that Jerry's Wild Ride because that's kind of Jerry.
No, we're gonna call that one Jerry's Sloppy Ride. That's the GSR. That is the GSR because he took Greg's Wild Ride and just mucked it up. So
it's all right. Roy says that Jerry's fine being by himself celebrating anyway. He seems to be having quite a good time on his own, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and we're gonna post let me go ahead and post it. Let's get everybody over here.
Yep, I just posted it. We're good.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep. So just keep an eye out for the. They are still doing their post wrap up.
Oh, Jerry, it's going to take Jerry another 30 minutes, guys. So everybody go get yourself a snack or a drink, and we're going to hang out here and kind of, talk about some of the, in fact, why don't we just go ahead and do our own daily threat briefing with Eric Taylor while we wait for Jerry to finish gloating and show up.
We'll pull up CISO Siri. Hold on a second.
Wow, man, I would say that was pretty efficient by Jerry right up until the point he got to the PCS and started flopping around like a flounder.
Wow, so big match on tomorrow then now.
Yeah, so that is going to be, and I'm going to go ahead and update the leaderboard while we're waiting for everybody to come in. But man,
I've got to be honest, Eric. I thought it was going to be you in the final tomorrow. I was convinced of it. If I'd have been a betting man, still, I'd have put money on it as well.
All right, so we're looks like Jerry's here, but he's still got his own stream. Just waiting on everybody here. So, any predictions from the audience or from you two? Any prediction on what we might see tomorrow? Now that we know it's going to be Jerry versus Ken.
Yeah, you are frozen, Eric, a little bit. Kerry said that he wants Ken to beat Jerry, so we've already got some Jerry hating going on there. I'm not sure you mean that really, Kerry. I know you love Jerry.
Let's make sure we got Ken over here. I mean, sorry, Stacey. I don't want Ken back in here today. He's already been here.
Yeah, the cool background.
So all right, so we lost Eric temporarily. Let's go ahead and bring in Jerry and Stacey. So, Jerry, first of all, congratulations. And let me just say right now that we have renamed your strategy. The strategy that you started off as Greg's Wild Ride. You got to the very last zone and piddled around so much, we're renaming this to Jerry's Sloppy Ride. So that's the strategy that you just followed. It's GSR. So, all right, before we move in there, because there was some, but it was flawless right up until the point you got to the process zone. But before we talk about your strategy, Stacey, let's talk about kind of what you were thinking out of the gate and what your strategy was, and you just kind of walk us through.
Yeah, no, I wish I could say. I think it was one of those moments where it's funny because as a parent, I always stress to my kids, don't cram. Like study and get to know it. And I feel like I tried to watch as many videos as I could before. I had it was like information overload. And when I got in, I was like flustered, didn't know which area to focus on, was doing things twice. And so, no cramming, can't do it. These are like experience and skill came through here. And it was fun, but it was a hard loss. It hurt.
Yeah. I think it looked early on like you were going to be preparing to defend against the physical attack because you kind of did the physical 2FA. One of the things I think could have helped you was if you would have gotten two-factor authentication in sooner, that would have helped you with some of the password attacks, some of the low-hanging fruit that Jerry used. Also, if you would have gotten EDR around your critical assets, at least that last firewall, and you would have been tipped off to the fact that he was there. When you did get your vulnerability assessment, you didn't really start focusing on your most critical assets first, the keys to the kingdom, everything in that process zone, the engineering workstation. If you would have got EDR all around and in that area first, you would have been tipped off to the fact that he was there. I will say, however, your incident response execution was right on point. As soon as you noticed that engineering workstation was popped, you immediately went into incident response mode. You immediately disconnected as soon as you could, which was awesome. But he got, unlike with Eric, you got unlucky on that damaged ICS call, and he got it, I think, what, second try or first try, Jerry? I think it was second try. Yeah, second try. Ooh. Yeah, Eric missed it twice. He got it on the second one. So that's, you almost got him out of there. That if he would have missed on the second shot, when your disconnect would have resolved, and he would have lost his access, and then he would have had to. But he still had a pivot because he was on that firewall.
Yeah, he was in there. Yeah,
and then but you would have given yourself enough time to start working defense and start working inward, working out, cleaning everything up, and booting him out of there. If you were literally one random number roll unlucky from actually having a chance there at the end. So Jerry, I mean, your strategy was apparent, Jerry. You were firewall hopping.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, Stacey, great match. Thank you for the fierce competition. And, it came down to just one sliver of an inch of a turn. So definitely mad respect for you. As far as my strategy goes, I've watched all these different competitors throughout the competition. And I don't know if Stacey knows this or not, but yesterday I went live thinking that we were going to go live. And I immediately tell everybody what my strategy is going to be. So I had to come up with a new strategy because I was like, oh, Stacey's going to watch my stream and it's going to be given away. So no one ever really goes to the passwords. I didn't really understand the value of password attack, but I thought, okay, let's try this. One of the things that I see happen often that's frustrating for the red team is you get in through a phishing email or something like that and you have a foothold, but blue team immediately converges on it and cleans it out, and then you're back all the way back in the hacker hangout with nothing. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, if I start moving laterally and developing, basically a footprint, even if she cleans up something, she's probably going to think like, oh, I got him out. This is sweet. And in reality, I'm just one zone over, right back at it, coming at you. So that was kind of my plan. I didn't move as quickly through as I was hoping, but by the time, if you look at the thing,
you moved pretty quick. I mean, up until the point you got to the process. I mean,
I did have two different HMIs. So when I struck on two, I actually hit one and failed, and then I hit the other one and succeeded. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but I figured, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. So fun competition. Everybody that was in my stream, we were just blaring heavy metal and flipping out. And just having a good old time. So thank you for the opportunity.
Do you know what? I'm no expert, Stacey, and I've only ever played the game as a red participant. But that eerie quiet that you get on the blue team, where you don't know what's going on, how does that feel?
I mean, you just kind of know, right? Like, it's too quiet. Nothing has popped off. No one's gotten arrested. And then at that point, you're just like, they're everywhere, aren't they? They're all over.
And that was the case. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, any kind of final comments or thoughts, or maybe what you would have done different? I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I mean, any kind of thoughts on, just what you may have done different, or were you happy kind of with your play and he just gotta and he
No, I'm trying to pull out the W. No, I think for me, I needed to reorient going into the game. I mean, the type of SOC analyst I am in the real world is for business and enterprise. And so, for the game, this is critical infrastructure. Yeah, you do want to protect your whole environment, but there's a side of the puzzle here that is the gold mine. And I think I lost sight of that. And I think it was pretty obvious, and I needed to pivot. And unfortunately, Jerry was already in at that point. So that's where I feel like messed up.
Well, you know what? We really enjoyed having you as a competitor, and we hope you will consider to continue to be part of our league moving forward. And we, hopefully hopefully you continue to grow in your career as a SOC analyst and however high in cybersecurity you want to go. But selfishly, we just want you here in our league. So.
Sounds good. It's been a blast. So all good feelings and a great opportunity. I feel really blessed. So thank you.
Any predictions on who you think might win between tomorrow's final match between Gerry and Ken?
Yo, so like, I definitely want to pull for Gerry because he's my mentor or whatnot. But Ken has been the sly underdog.
Dark horse, right?
Dark horse Ken.
Dark horse Ken. Dark horse Ken. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Gerry, I mean, you had a sound strategy and it was pretty flawless, and you popped those firewalls very quickly. First try, all the way through. You piddled around a bit once you got to the PCS, but I mean, would you do anything different, or are you happy with that run?
No, I was pretty happy with that run. I guess personally, I told my chat this, like my strategy of busting through the front door and establishing a foothold and getting the router and kind of seeing the ARP table, if you will, to see kind of all the network. That was fine, but it was at that point that I was like, okay, now what am I doing? Because, just like when Blue does a vulnerability assessment, it sees all of the problems. When Red does a scan and there's no security in place, you get like 50 different assets, and then it's like overwhelming. Like, what asset do I go for? Holy crap! And then maybe you have a firewall that you definitely see, but then you have a bunch of assets that are, need to be port scanned just to initially identify. So I need to go back and kind of think through that. Like at one point,
Alex just gave you the hint. That's what I've done a lot of times. You look at your third IP octet to figure out where you are.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know though, because the way I was moving, I didn't know if Stacey had actually segmented the network yet, and that'll change up the IP addressing. But yeah, no, it was good. It's just that mid game, like obviously the late game is pretty obvious. The early game is pretty obvious. It's that mid game that I think I need to refine. Whether I'm red or blue, we don't quite know yet. Whether or not I'm red or Ken is blue, or Ken is blue, or you know what I mean, red or red.
Are we gonna do a coin flip, Clint?
I think that I don't think we'll let them decide. I think we are going to force a coin flip.
Okay, that's fine. That's very exciting. Yeah. That's exciting. Let's do a coin flip.
Yeah, and we're gonna force a coin flip. We can't. I mean, it's hard to see now. Maybe we could pull up the online.
You want me to do that? Well, I can't do that.
No, Simon's got a coin in his hand.
I can bring it up. What's the coin flip thing online?
If you just Google coin flip, Google has a coin flip.
Yeah, you just do heads versus tails. Just go to Google.
Just coin flip. Oh, you don't use Google. I see.
Oh, oops. This is an accident. I do use
all right,
Google.
sus.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know why. Okay.
That's fine. So what are we doing here? Heads, Gerry's red. Tails, Gerry's blue.
Actually, yeah. So heads you're red, tails you're blue.
Okay, come on,
right,
heads.
So we just flip here, right? We just click flip.
Yep.
Somebody teach Clint how to use the internet, please.
Yeah, heads red, heads red.
There we go.
Because he's not used to Google.
There it is.
All right, so it looks like I'm
No,
blue.
I was clicking my OBS screen instead of my actual browser.
All right, so it looks like I'm going to be officially blue tomorrow. So I played 2 rounds as
blue.
red, 1 as blue. So I think, if I do win the tournament, it'll be even more of a fair experience. Just like Ken's played red and blue. So I think that this is a good shakeout for the competition.
So I'm not even going to ask you who you think's going to win, because you obviously think Ken is going to win. But I mean, we all pretty much think Ken is going to win, and we're all rooting for Ken. So it's
Come on, man.
Not true.
So
Chat, can I get some help here, please?
I'm with you, Gerry. You'll win.
Thank you, Simon.
It's all right.
So there I am, narcissistic mode again. So I think we need to figure out, we don't have the schedule set, whether it's a morning game or afternoon game, because we don't know Ken's schedule at the moment. Is Ken in chat? Can we ask him real quick so we can get this sorted out right now?
I do not see him in chat. I will say that we had tentatively scheduled it, just to let everybody know, we had tentatively scheduled it for
11:30
tomorrow
Eastern.
at No, at 3
3.
p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern
Okay.
time is
What
the
did they-
tentative schedule.
Tentative. Okay, everybody keep checking esports.threatgen.com to get that official game time. Also, you can check the ThreatGEN's YouTube. You can check Jerry's YouTube. You can check Ken's YouTube. So we will make sure you subscribe to all of those, and you'll get the notification as soon as we post it live. But it looks like it's tentative 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central for the final match. Yes, sir.
I want to address my one fan that I have still after losing earlier, Michael Starnes. I am out of the tournament. I'm unable to play anymore. I may do some more, maybe me and Stacey will play in stream or something, but officially in a tournament, I'm sorry, my one single fan, I am no longer in it. My apologies, sir.
What are you talking about, Eric? I'm a fan. Remember, I said last night secretively, David E. can vouch for you that I said I'm secretly pulling for you.
I know. But
This is good.
Michael keeps talking about me, so I just want to
We
recognize
need a
him.
rematch, Eric. Anyway, we still need a rematch, so maybe we'll do that one day.
There we go.
So, and I will let everybody know tonight, there's some special caveats for the final match that I'm not going to say here. I want to make sure that we say it on an equal forum so that Ken and Jerry at least have the opportunity to see them at the same time. But there's going to be something special. A little bit special. I wanted to do a special level. So I'm going to tell you right now, Greg and I were planning on building a very special level specifically for the final. But, and here's Clint's excuse, I ran out of time because of my hardware failure, and I had to deal with that yesterday, so I didn't get to it. But we still got some things that we can plan. So,
there is something that brought up, just because I like to sidetrack every conversation I'm a part of. So you'll have the first place and second place winners. There's no third place, kind of like what Alex is making. Maybe me and Stacey go together to find out who is third place.
That could be interesting. That's a fun idea, Eric. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to leave it up. I'll leave it up to all you guys, and we can facilitate it.
All right. Yeah, we'll investigate that. I'm kind of handling some logistics for the tournament, so I'll connect with you guys right after this and see if we can't get something straightened out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Well, then, on that note, that's it. I mean, tomorrow we'll figure out the details. That we'll confirm the time later on this evening. I'll announce the special rules for that later this evening. And congratulations, Jerry.
Thank you.
Great game, Stacey. We loved having you here. And thank you to our hosts, our co-hosts, and especially to our audience. And we will see you tomorrow. Take care.
Well done, guys. Take care.